Ashthorne Asylum, the Journal of Dr. H. Latham. Case 1. George Mann, the man who lost himself. I met with George Mann this morning. They brought him in just after 9. He looked barely conscious, slumped, drooling, eyes drifting without focus. His left hand was already inside the ventriloquist dummy he calls Bartholomew, though the staff tell me it used to be simply Bart. I've watched some of Mann's old recordings. Bart was once a coarse, jeering tramp character, all belches, insults and gutter humour. Mann, by contrast, was sharp, articulate and surprisingly elegant for a man in his line of work. The contrast was the act's appeal. But the man who sat before me today could barely lift his head. And the dummy, well, the dummy has changed. When I asked Mann if he could hear me, he made no reply. His eyelids fluttered, nothing more. Then the dummy answered. "He hears you, Doctor," it said in a smooth, measured voice. "He simply struggles to respond these days." The refinement in its tone was unmistakable. This was not the voice of Bart the tramp. This was the voice Mann used to have. I asked Bartholomew to explain the circumstances, its oblige of unsettling poise. "George and I were once a team," it said, "though an uneven one. He carried the act, and I played the fool." I could almost hear the old recordings in my mind, Bart heckling, Mann correcting him with weary patience. Now the roles were reversed so completely that the memory felt absurd. When I asked about Mann's decline, Bartholomew spoke as though delivering a lecture. "George let himself go. He stopped practicing, stopped thinking, stopped trying. He allowed his mind to soften." At that, Mann's hand spasmed violently inside the dummy, jerking the jaw sideways. Bartholomew continued speaking without interruption, as though the mechanism were independent of the hand inside it. A long silence followed. Then Mann managed a sound, a strained, slurred whisper. Mind. The dummy turned its painted face toward me, its mouth opened and closed with impeccable timing. "Oh, George," it said, "always so dramatic. I didn't steal anything. He simply misplaced it." Mann began to cry, silently, helplessly. I ended the session soon after. I told myself it was for Mann's sake, but the truth is that the room felt suddenly too small, and the dummy's eyes seemed fixed on me in a way I could not rationalise. Before I close this entry, a few observations. Mann's hand remained inside the dummy throughout, but his motor control seemed inconsistent and insufficient to account for the precision of the jaw movements. His lips moved only very faintly during Bartholomew's speech. It's hard to fathom how he could produce the clarity and diction I heard, especially given the amount of drool he produced. The dummy's voice now resembles Mann's former stage persona, articulate, confident, almost cultured. Mann, however, now seemed a shell of his former self. He is barely responsive, almost catatonic. At the end of the session, the dummy commanded Mann to get up and walk back to his room. His movements resembled those of a marionette. It was unsettling. I am aware of how this sounds. My nerves are still frayed after what happened at St. Bridget's, and I am wary of letting old fears colour new observations. Even so, I have requested that Mann remain under close watch. I will meet with him again tomorrow. For now, I will try to sleep. HL.